after my second year in the National Football League, and this is where it got started, playing up against Dan Marino in 1994. I was a safety, got moved to corner in the fourth quarter. They say, Ray, we need you at corner. I wanted to play bad. My eyes just lit up. Most guys that play that position, tail will tuck between their legs. I took on the challenge. I said I want it. So everybody was patting me on the helmet, you get your shot. So we get out there on the football field. I go out there to the left cornerback. Dan Marino looks over and notices that I'm not in the center field and smiles and winks at me and actually calls an audible and called out my number. I wore the number 34. And he said, blue, check, blue 34. So I knew right away he was about to come to me. He actually calling me out. Got in the shotgun position, and he dropped back, threw the ball. I intercepted the ball and went 38 yards for a touchdown. I knew I can do it. I said, I got this, because now it could have been either way. I could have got double moved and got beat for a touchdown, and they said, go back to free safety, or my career could have, been a different balance at that time, but it sort of kicked me off from right there. So I ended up having 8 interceptions that year, 3 touchdowns, like 130-something tackles. It was just amazing, and my confidence level went out the roof. I'm Ray Buchanan. I'm a defensive back coach at Football University.
I'm Keith Rucker, defensive line coach, Football University.
I'm Steve Szabo. I coach linebackers at Football University.
When I first started to play football and getting into it, me and my family were coming home from Orlando on a Disney trip, and my older brother, Richard, who played 4 years in the National Football League, we first got home and he darted out the car, and I said, Rich, where you going? And he said, I'm going to play organized football. You need to stay home. So, of course, me being who I was, I followed him out there to the football field, and that was my first experience seeing live contact and live football action with the helmets and shoulder pads.
I started playing football at a very young age. I think I was only 10. I grew up in the inner city of Chicago, so I started playing with in the parks. And then I went on, played in high school, and then on to college. And then I played in the service also. I'm a Naval Academy graduate, so when I finished my time at Annapolis, took my commission in the Marine Corps. While I was in the Corps, I played 3 more years of football at Quantico.
My football career started when I was 6 years old, played Little League football. It was an escape for me to get away from, I grew up in the south side of Chicago, so there was a lot of not so good things going on, so it was a way for me to get away, get out of the house, be active.
We used to play football outside in the streets of Chicago when out of bounds were Buick cars and Capris, steel cars back in the day.
Then went on to play high school ball, of course, and college ball, and eventually ended up playing 7 years of professional football. And it's just my love and my passion. It's what I love to do. And, as I got older, it became more of something I wanted to do to be able to have fun and get paid to have fun.
When I finished my time in the Marine Corps, I accepted a fellowship at Johns Hopkins University to study for my PhD in math. While I was there, I coached football and lacrosse, which was another sport that I played in college. Something happened. I liked what I was doing, and I thought to myself, if I could do this for a living, if I could help kids be better players, it feels kind of good. And that's how it started. And then it goes from one school to the next to the next. But I coached for 30 years in college and 12 in the NFL and 2 in high school. And here I am coaching for FBU.
What inspired me to coach for FBU was, one, it was an opportunity to give back. I always wanted to give back. The knowledge that I know I can't go to the grave with, I'd rather pass it along. For me, I get to mentor the kids that's sitting in my meeting room. I get to share my experiences with them. I'm not just telling them what to do, but then I give them opportunities to pick my brain, or I get to tell stories to them. I get to tell them what to do and what not to do if you want to go and make it to the next level. And these kids, have the opportunity to be around some of the best minds in football, and I didn't have that as a youth.